Why does it take for a woman to cheat and walk out on you for you to love her?
I was about to say that.
But I think you can sleep around and do things sometimes and still have that responsibility, commitment, and that heart to say, you know what, I'm this person on my dark time in my little bed, but I'm gonna take care of my family. I'm gonna do this for my family. I'm gonna make sure they're straight.
No.
So then that's not loyalty.
Who in their right state of mind is going to be married and have an open relationship?
When you're married for 35 years and you're fucking bored.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Shane and Leanna's podcast, Dig Deeper. And today we will be talking about why do men take so long to commit or get married or even settle down. It all blends in the same way. Before we get into it, I want everybody to introduce themselves, starting from the left side. And please, guys, nobody is allowed to cut anybody off. Write it down in your notes if you want to remember something and get back to them. Please respect everybody on the mic.
Hola, mi gente. This is Mama Loyal in the house. Aquí estoy, la mamá de Cristal, Liana, here on the table. Been a long time.
Ma, remember you could grab the mic, all right?
Oh, I could grab it. I could touch it. Okay, I got it.
It's Juan, new to the podcast themes. I'm going to give it a work, give it a try, see what happens.
So you know who I am. It's the loyal sis Chris, and I'm here to dig deep and wait till y'all see this one.
It is Mike, Papa Loyal. I'm here.
It's your boy King Shane, guys, and super excited for this one. Let's go.
And it's Jaim from Jaim TV.
Yeah, I would like to know, this doesn't go for every man, right? But there's men in my life that I seen them take many years to settle down, including my biological dad, including my stepdad. And when I say that, I say like it just took them so many years before getting married. And I don't understand why. Like, what was the point of that? I feel like if you know the girl you want and feel like that's the girl you want to be with, you settle down. But I'm not sure if that's how a man thinks. So I respect the men who don't settle down. I respect it. But why is it that it takes so long for a man to settle down?
All right, so what I think about that is that so at first, suppose the man pick a girl to settle down with instantly, but then later on in the relationship, he's not excited by that girl anymore because he's missing out on certain things he probably wanted to do before. So I think it's good as a man to explore and try out other stuff before you settle with one person per se.
Good answer.
Oh, wow. I feel like my husband settled down with me really early. How do you feel about that, Mr. King Shane?
I feel great about that, man. I'm super happy with my choices. But I feel like a man gonna settle down and choose his queen when he find himself. A man who find himself gonna know what he want out of life and see his future ahead. You know what I'm saying? And once you find a strong woman by your side, you want to build an empire with her, with this person, So I feel like when a man will find himself, right, it could be 20 years later, he's still not settled down because he still haven't find himself yet until he get to the point actually finding his true self. Sometimes men go through certain phases where they actually explore. They're really looking for themselves. But when a man really find himself, I feel like that man is going to settle and stay true by his queen.
A lot of men also say financial issues can be part of it.
And that's part of finding yourself as well, because in a world like this, especially being a man, not having finances a lot as a man, you know what I'm saying? Because most of the time, we feel like we're not providing because our job is to provide and protect. So if we're not financially stable, we feel like, yo, I have to go there and try and get it. And that's a grinding process that we trying to find ourselves, trying to build. So most of the time it's like, yo, women don't understand though. A woman might not understand. Women might be asking, yo, I want you to do this. I want a man that could do the world for them. But the man is not in a position to do that. He's just trying to find a way for him and even her. But if she have no patience, if she not supporting him mentally, physically, emotionally, he might leave her. You know, because a man, not that we ask for a lot, but we ask for stuff that women might not understand. But they feel like we just care for the sex and the body and the physical attribute. But it's not only that, but a man, if you can feed a man spiritually, emotionally, he more likely, when he find himself, like, support him on the journey when he needs it the most, when he's seeking for himself, he's gonna definitely stay by you, in my opinion.
How many years could that be?
Can I say something? I think that you could be committed without being married. It's a woman's choice, too. I mean, I got engaged with my husband like 15, 16 years ago, but I was always scared of marriage. Scared of somebody to own my papers and shut off the machine when I'm laying in the bed dying. We only think about the good times. We never, ever think about the bad because they consider it negative, but it's reality. That's where you wind up with your partner, your long life partner. So the choice is, you could be committed. You don't have to be married. You could be committed, but at some point in your life, you got to seal it. It's okay to take time, but seal it. Don't lead somebody on for 10, 15 years and be like, oh, I don't want to be with you. And you with another woman for like 4 years before you left your woman. It's disgusting. No, you don't do that. You don't need nobody on, If you don't want to be with that person, you don't. Don't take the long journey and then you're never going to get married. You're never going to have a future. You're not going to build. Then it's a waste of time. You wasted my time. And you know what? Time waits for no one.
See, I can agree with Shane because of the part where he says you got to look for yourself. So basically, I took a long time to marry. I engaged, maybe a few years after, but in my situation, I was 10 years younger than my wife, right? And I had to look to see if that was right for me, a woman with 2 children, am I ready for that responsibility? Mm-hmm. And in the beginning, I wasn't sure, and it was not about a big booty, this and that, attraction, I as a person, as a man, I needed more than that. I needed to make sure that I was ready to find this woman that I'm going to spend the rest of my life with that's not all about body. I needed the intellectual. I needed to get together with them. I needed to get that feeling that we're on the same page. Mm-hmm. And it took a long time to find that, but I found it.
I like that.
Like, I didn't even think it would have lasted, the relationship. I didn't think that it was going nowhere. And I fooled my own self because I said, what am I doing? This is the right woman for me. Well, I'm going to mess this up. I did mess it up. And I regained the confidence back and said, and I'm glad that she gave me that chance again. Mm-hmm. Because it turned out 100% more than what I expected.
Wow.
I got you guys, and I grew a family. It's an awesome feeling. I didn't expect this to be anywhere in my brain. Wow. So I mean, it's not all about also age difference. It is that, but also you just gotta find this feeling. This it's just like an aura that you gotta like get on the same level and page. That you're like, wow, and you don't find that right away. You and Leanna, Shane and Leanna, I found that shit quick. Wow,
no,
that was amazing.
Can I say something? No, you're actually doubling down because for the past 17, we've been together 23 years. The past 17, 18 years, we've been committed. We don't cheat. Commitment, we're talking about faithful. But you don't have to be married to be faithful and committed to somebody and respect somebody. This is what I'm trying to say.
But one thing is to be in a relationship, together, and trust each other. And the next thing is, everybody thinks marriage is just a paper and a contract. Marriage is a lot too. That's a lifetime commitment. I'm Catholic. I'm sorry, I don't want to talk about religion, but I'm Catholic, and if I marry you, there's no way there's a divorce involved in my life. If we're together, that's it. We're together for life. And if there's just issues, we're gonna work this out together, no matter what the situation is.
I agree with that. I'm gonna touch base,
Amen.
but I do wonder, because I personally feel that when men don't make the decision to marry a woman, he's 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Yes, mom, he can commit and be there, but somewhere in the back of his mind, that escape route is open. He
Absolutely.
doesn't have
Absolutely.
that tied. He doesn't have the papers tied down to him saying that he has to stay and
Absolutely.
half of his is yours. So is he truly committed if he doesn't marry you? That's really the question that I do have, especially with my relationship and my experience. It's not easy when you're with somebody for 17 years and you can't say we've done this or we're doing this. So it's hard for me. This is a very hard subject for me. And it's not just because of the commitment, because I've been taken care of. He's committed himself to not just me, but his daughter, more importantly.
It's a lot more.
But it is deeper. It's not just even marriage. It's that connection. The connection of being able to look at somebody and know what they're saying without saying anything.
Absolutely.
And it's also unconditional. Unconditional. Like, my husband can wake up and his breath can smell like ass. And I promise you, I love him no different than I did the night before. If he lost a leg tomorrow, I would love him the way I did the night before. Now, with men, I feel like you guys worry about if we're going to change physically.
And
You
we
guys
are.
worry.
And guarantee we
Wait,
are.
let me say this. I didn't
Guarantee.
cut anyone off. I waited last to speak. Now, the reason why I say this is because men often question how will he feel eventually before he makes that commitment. All along, we say, fuck how we're going to feel in the long run, baby. I'm down today and I'm fitting to be down with you tomorrow. Now, when does a man say that to himself? And the sad reality is it usually takes some really hardship for a man to say, you know what, I can't do it without her. Then I feel like that's when a man begins to commit, when he sees himself without the one that he cannot breathe without. Now, to me, this conversation, men committing, I really want to know more from you guys.
But like you just said though, the men, right, have to go through some hardship before you actually choose to say, you know what, she's the one. Sometimes that's what we as men need though. To be honest though, because sometimes we don't know ourselves. We looking for ourselves, so sometimes we don't know if we really love you until you really walk out like, oh damn, I really can't do this, girl.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Until we really start to feel that pain, because sometimes we take advantage. We as men, we take advantage. If you just
Comfortable.
there, yeah, if you just there, just allow me to do shit, I'm gonna do shit. You feel me?
But
Let me add this really quickly. And I'm done after this. Unfortunately, women, we have to be realistic with the fact that it is in their nature. Sad truth is, in their human nature, they are created to procreate. We are created to raise what we have created. We're here to nurture.
If I may
perfect way
say-
of putting it. So, go ahead.
sorry to cut you off, but if I may say, sometimes some men just simply don't know when to commit. That's the other side of it. Some men, as you may have chose, you know, I felt right here now, this moment in time, this is it. The stars in line, the heavens say yes, this is for me to be with this woman. And sometimes some men don't know that. Some men may wait to that moment,
Right.
or as we say, he may just be confused, his own self, searching within himself, trying to see what it is that he's searching to find within himself and that woman and the whole relationship itself before he could find that right moment in time to commit. What that is, you know, it could be that ring that says it, or it could just be that time and moment in history that says that. You know, that's something that I question and think about myself.
Ooh, nice.
My question, well, I'm going to respond to Shane. Shane said is some men want to soak their royal oats. They want to have fun. Why does it take for a woman to cheat and walk out on you for you to love her?
I was about to say that.
Why? Answer. And then when you dating and you're going out, they're crying, following you, notes on your card, threatening you. Why? You told me you didn't want to be with me to go on with my life, and now you're angry. It's like a double-edged sword. Because a lot of men do that. They love their women, but they don't realize it until they lose it. Why you push her away? Why you sleeping around? But when she does it, you're going crazy. But you told her to go do it. I don't want to be with you. I want to enjoy my life. I need a moment. I need some time to myself. I need to find myself. I need to suck my royal oats. And I need to know if I really, really love you. You need to go on with your life. And then when you go on with your life, they want to shoot you. Why?
No,
Back
you know
your
what?
head.
I
Go
gotta
ahead.
say this really quickly. It's so funny you say that, but I see this a lot, especially where we come from in our community. It is very often that a man knows he has not committed to the woman, but will control her and will tell her things that she can't do, and keep that like, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. But he knows very well he's outside doing what he's doing, and in his heart, he's not committed or ready for that next step. So why do men like to play those games and keep a woman tied down? Because you know what, I've seen this in my own personal family. I've seen this around. They keep a woman, especially their baby mothers. Oh, forget it. The first ones that they didn't marry and will never marry, they keep them, help them down until the next one, and then that one is usually the one that
Yeah.
that lets them down. Why?
Yeah, because like as a man, if you can do the bare minimum and still get everything from the lady, then why not do that? But that's where I think commitment is like your guys' job, you guys' job as ladies. If you put your foot down and say certain stuff can't go on, then a man will commit or you leave. So that's that.
It's hard sometimes because you have to, basically, when you meet a woman, right, you try to, like, know her, know what's going on, and both, okay, you guys say the men are the dogs and whatever, right? But we're the alpha dogs, we support, we try to pay, we want to give you the world and not do anything. So we want to make sure we're going to give the world to the right person, too. So that's why sometimes it takes long. And we're like, if you give the world to the person, you see that a lot of times. Here we go. The woman just cheated and whatever. And, a lot of that happens to a lot of the, rich people, actors or whatever. You see that a lot on TV. So sometimes it takes a while to make sure that you're going to sit there and
Listen.
look for the right person. It takes a while, Again, you just want to make sure you're on the right page, on the right level, and that's it. Once you commit and you marry, that's it. You're for the long run.
So
You're there through thick and thin, whatever you're sick or not. Like you said, lose a leg, I'm still there. I'm going to carry you if I have to.
all right, I like that. But how many years it took for you to get married?
15. But I proposed it in 3 years after we were together.
Okay,
I messed up, Again, thinking, it's different for me too, because I was 10 years younger. I'm a younger dude. I'm a younger guy. You know what I'm saying? So it's
It's not different.
now.
You're a man,
It is
period.
different because if you're on the same age, it is a little different. I was 10 years younger than you, babe, basically, and I had to figure out if this is right for me. I never had children of my own, so I had to make sure that I'm going to be with a woman that has 2 children of their own, and I got to be there for you and your children too.
absolutely.
And I got to make sure that I'm not getting used.
All right. Listen. All right. I got to take the mic right now. As a woman, as a mother, I'm very proud. Sorry, guys. I got to step in. Mike, babe, I love you, my husband.
Of course.
I got to cut you down.
We're still here together.
My husband never gave me, not him or the, I
never
took
gave you
care of
love.
my daughters, and they went to school clothes, book bags, food, rent, telephone, because back then it was a phone you had to call from, cable. I did it on my
But I
own
wasn't
for my
saying that
kids.
I'm taking
No,
responsibility. I
but
just wanna
we got to
sure that
make
I was on
it
the
clear
right-
because
Yeah.
it's a double sword. Because
Of
I never
course.
asked you to do that.
I
This
never
is where
said
men
you
gets
did.
confused. They think that women want their money. I didn't want nothing from you.
There are women out there, so you
Yeah,
have
but
to
you
try to
can't
figure that
judge
out,
one
make
for
sure.
all.
I didn't say that. I'm saying that.
And in the
sometimes
end-
it takes a while to get to that commitment level to make sure that woman that you're with is not going to take you for shit.
And
for
sometimes-
everything. or and as me, I had to make sure that I was, you're the right person. I said, I'm in it for the long run, and it was great because.
And what happened when you gave me the ring? I didn't want to get married.
What matters, the words or the ring?
Say that again.
For the commitment that, for the relationship to matter or factor, what is it, the words or the ring that solidifies that?
This is what gets me mad. You don't need to be married to be committed. Committed to be loyal, you don't need nothing. However, you want to seal it. Wait. Wait, baby, let me finish real quick.
She was like a little iffy also.
Because I was scared. Women get scared too. Women say no too. Women sometimes don't want to get married. We only looking at one side of the coin. I am the other. And sometimes women just don't trust it. We've been hurt so many times that we don't want to get married. My point said is why I want a man that's going to marry me 4 days after he met me, and he's cheating on me on the same honeymoon. He's downstairs in the party cheating, looking at women with fornication in his eyes, just, putting her naked and having fun with his friends, and he's married to me, but he's cheating. No.
Yeah, but is it right that a man takes 20 years to marry you too?
If it's going to be right and isn't God's path, and it's going to take 30, 40, 50 years. That's what God wants. That's what it's going to be. You was just blessed because God wanted you to have this.
So, speaking from a woman who's been in a semi-committed relationship for damn near 20 years, semi-committed, once again, it does come down to what the woman will accept, because no man is going to leave his dummy. Let me repeat that.
Oh,
Don't let this go over your head.
They'll just come back.
No man is going to leave his dummy, okay? And unfortunately, even the smartest of women, high educated, beautiful, gorgeous, body phenomenal, banging house, banging a bank account, everything. A woman can have everything. If a man's not ready, there's nothing you can do. A man isn't going to be ready.
Amen.
He's going to give you 100 excuses. He's going to wish you, praise you, the world, the sun, the star. He's going to give you the ring too, honey. He's going to give you the biggest ring he can find if he can afford it. And he still will choose one of two things. There are men who truly choose themselves, and then there are men who choose themselves for others. And when I say that, I mean there are men who live their life to take care of people, and there are men who truly, truly live in this world selfishly for themselves. You have two Aries. You have my husband and you have my dad. Give you a perfect example, right? Yeah, and there's difference in age and everything. But when I say perfect example, two different men. No one is the same, so I don't like to judge. I believe there's good men and bad men. And you guys are a perfect example of that there are good men. And unfortunately, as women, we accept a man's stalling too much. And then it's good women like us who go unnoticed and be disrespected. I have been disrespected because he didn't put a ring on my finger. Simply because men don't think that women who are not married. Women who are not married have no value. Women with a little diamond have no value. Women who, in fact, in other countries, it's called, what is it called? Undesirable? Undesirable women. This is a real thing in China. Women, if you are not married over the age of 25 and 30, your family looks at you like a disgrace. Now, why is it like this in society?
Go ahead, bro.
All right, yeah, but then I think commitment should be something that come natural. Absolutely. And then after a while, it seems like sometimes in a relationship, it might be a lady putting pressure on the man to commit, and then he feel the pressure to commit, and then that just push him further from committing. So the constant pressure of when are you going to commit? When are you going to put a ring on it? That probably like push him back a bit.
Absolutely, but what is the nature of a man? Like if you sit back, this is my opinion. Not saying it's fact, but I feel like the nature of a man, like you said, Ma, why?
It's to procreate, to hunt,
right.
to feed, to serve. Not to serve, I said the wrong word. He will live off the land. A man will survive.
Right?
Take
So,
care.
like you said, though, a man not going to leave his dummy. And I don't like we're dummy, but let's just say that, right? A man not gonna leave. Right.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah,
That's
but
true.
but think about it though. If society didn't put this restriction on men, that say you need to be monogamy, you need to be one woman. Men wouldn't be with one woman. Literally, it's really a restriction. It's really a strict force that say, listen, this is what's approved for society. You need to be one woman. So it really society because really and truly. Go ahead, Ma. Let me get this real quick. So it's really society get involved in a relationship and say, you know what, this is the way to be. You need to be one woman. So we really are going against our nature, really and truly. So it's like you get a wild animal in the forest right now and bring it in your house and say, yo, be a domesticated animal in my house. It's not gonna happen overnight. It's not gonna happen overnight. It's gonna take a while until this man realize, yo, this is the new me that I have to become to be this person.
That's
because really and truly,
ridiculous.
No, because
Yes.
naturally, if it's possible to get every man in the world and like ask them if you have the choice between to have one person, one significant other, or many, like just without just men in the room only, what do you think men will choose?
A bunch of women,
Exactly.
because they're all hypocrites. They're gonna say, "Oh, you're the
Exactly.
only one. I would never, never, never." And they already did. I want to say something real quick. That's a lie. That's only in America. In almost every other country, India, especially all in the Middle East, Asia, you're allowed to marry more than one woman. You're allowed to have 8 wives, 20 wives, 100 kids. It doesn't matter. And in some parts of the United States, you're also allowed to have that. Besides that point, I want to flip that coin because it doesn't always work. This is a strong world, strong women, powerful women. I have 2 powerful women right here on the table. I would like to have 3 husbands, and I'm allowed. Honey, can I have 3 husbands?
Can you still?
As long as they're
So-
billionaires.
There you go.
You know, is it no, but is it reality? You know, we're always thinking men. But what about what a woman wants?
Do you
What
want
think
3 husbands though?
No, I'm saying,
Exactly.
you know.
Naturally,
but-
do a
but
woman want 3 husbands?
Naturally?
Yeah, naturally.
Women,
Just off your-
you really
just off
want
your edge.
to hear what a woman says in a closed door without men?
Because society changed them.
You really want me to
American
be
women.
honest?
That's 3 houses to
Because
clean. I don't think they can do
society
that.
exactly.
All right. I'm going to be very
Some
honest.
perspective.
Wait. I'm going to be very honest. Us women are also hypocrites like you men. You men say y'all only want you love your women. That's a lie. Would a woman really want to have more than one man? Of course, us women, the same way men do, they're not going to say in front of their wives that they don't look at other women, they don't want other women, they don't desire other women because they're not going to be honest. It's hypocritical. So I'm going to break the egg right now. I'm going to go against the grain. Women are the biggest hypocrite. Of course, we would like more than one man. I think everybody would like more than one partner. That's what we're here on this planet for, to procreate, to have sex, to make a generation and life grow. It's actually very natural. That's why in other countries you have 2 and 3 husbands and wives all living in the same house.
Can I say this?
Of course you can.
Ladies, I'm sorry. I don't mean to put us out there that way.
Sorry, women.
Hold on. Let's be real. I'm Jaheem. Baby, you're so young. And you're going to learn as you grow. I do want to say a very high percentage of women do have more than one man. You will never know. And we do the same thing. We're just better at it. You can't tell the size of it by when you put it in. You can't tell if it was just done warm, cold. You'll never know. But I do say that with true conviction because, you know what? I don't mind cleaning 3 houses if it's going to bring in those bills real good. Truth is, as a woman who has been committed to one person, was committed to one person, let's be honest, for a very long time. Women, if we want that, we're going to shoot for that. We're actually go-getters. That's what I admire about women. Women truly reach for what they want. If they want that wedding, honey, and that's been their aspirations, they usually get that wedding. That house they want, they get it. The job they want, they get it. Women are the go-getters. And in fact, I don't think men truly receive life and blessings and abundance until they found that woman that is worth committing to, even when they don't know that they're committed. Because often men play that game. Oh, what? I'll do me. I ain't worried. But he know he's going home to her at the end of the night. He knows he wants her dinner.
Yes, baby.
Ain't nobody else. it's just a lot of shit talk. I think the egos are a lot bigger than the actions out here. And don't get it twisted. Women are in the same categories with that. We're human, unfortunately. But yes, honestly, if I can be married to multiple men, if our views were a little differently, me being the person I am, I'd probably have 2 or 3.
Me personally, I don't want no other man. Swear to my kids. I will not be with another man after this. I don't know where the hell I would be, but I'll probably be in jail because I done killed somebody, but I would not. I personally, I can't see me. I'm just, like, chemical-wise, like chemistry,
Right?
I don't think a man could turn me on. You know what I mean? Like another man and another man. Like, you got to get off of me. I just want my man. You know what I'm saying? I personally feel like I don't know. I don't really feel like I want 2 and 3 husbands. I kind of think it's a little bit shady for a man to feel like, I know a man is being honest, and I always appreciate the honesty. But I feel it's a little shady for a man to say like, yeah, I want different girls. Because I'm going to tell you why. Because I truly feel in my heart I don't want another man. But if I was the woman to be like my sister, where she said I could do another man, I could accept him saying I look at other women and I'm interested in other women. But me, my head is so, it's like a virgin when it comes to my husband. Feel me?
No, you know what? I feel you on that.
It was
I wanna say this really
hypothetical.
quickly. No.
We know we're
Outside
speaking.
of
of-
hypothetically
yeah.
speaking, no, I mean really, as women in society, I'm a very empowered woman. I just sorry, no disrespect. Sexually, I am extremely empowered, and I have learned myself that way, which is why now at this age I'm comfortable with who I'm with because I have the perfect partner. I can be real around them. Yeah. And you know what? That's awesome in commitment. Now, what I did want to say was I did hear actually in a Arabic man. I've known him for a long time. And he told me, he said, you know, most men would want 5 wives, but a smart man will have 1. And the power in that, he actually taught me something because a smart man knows that it's less complicated. He has less to answer to. Like when Animal said, does a woman want to clean 3 houses? Reality is, does she really? We don't want that problem. But when Liana said that, to come off of her, when a woman is truly, when you're in love with somebody, whether man or woman, I don't think another person can touch you. You kind of like, ugh, don't even touch me, because that love you have for that person is the only person that you crave. So that's where Liana's coming from, and that's a beautiful thing. Some people that changes, some people aren't, but there are also people in relationships who are open to other people and still love each other the same.
But I think that's where relationship goes wrong though. Like what mom said, women can be the most hypocritical in relationship, worse than men. So it's like we're not honest. We're not being honest to each other. You know? You over here playing victim, crying because of shit I'm doing, but you're doing worse. You know what I'm saying? You're doing even better than me, hiding this shit, but you're crying. And it's like, that's what makes shit worse. Because like, when a man finally committed, most of the time this will happen. When a man finally chooses, say, oh, he's going to commit it, she's ready to do her shit.
Live her life. My
She's
bad.
ready to live her life. You know what I'm saying? No, he got to do this shit because no, he's ready to be like, yo, she's the one. No, she's like, nah, you're too late. You know what I'm saying?
But all right. But did you ever think why now she doesn't want it? You put her through the grinder. She doesn't want it. It's too late. You waited too fucking long. Not every woman.
But it's not all
Excuse
the
my
time. Not all the
language.
time. It's about because you want another
Babe,
woman.
we are not
Sometimes you just
Go
like.
closer so we can hear it.
Sometimes you just like you're just not sure. Like in my situation, it's not about I was looking for a woman. That's why I didn't want to commit to you.
No, I
It
know
wasn't
that.
about that.
No, I'm not saying that, baby.
That's what I'm saying. It had nothing to do with like I wasn't waiting because I was trying to be with 2, 3, 4 women. That was not just like that wasn't not in my subscription. Like it wasn't here for that. You know, I was ready. I just wasn't sure if you were the right person to commit to. That's what I'm saying. But it wasn't about because I was looking for other women. I was not out there for that. Because
I
once
like
you
that.
touch that one person, that I love them the way that like you're not gonna get. Sorry to say, you're not gonna get hard for that person the way you're gonna get for somebody else. Like
Still can get hard though.
the stimulation is with that person. That's it. That's it. You You know?
I don't believe that.
You don't believe that?
I don't. I feel like
Not all men are dogs. Not all men are all after about sex either.
all men, not all men. You don't have to be a dog to wanna
natural.
screw
It's not
100
natural.
women, right? But
Not all men are perverted. Not all men are sexual like that. Like you could be a sexual person, you could be a freak, but you're gonna be a freak with the person that you love, that you think that's right for you, that y'all on that same page.
no, because some relationships are open, but then there's women you cannot be open with. They would never allow that. Like you said that, like you men said, you have those women that's not going to accept, and then women who will accept, or some women who are open with sexuality, with their sexuality. But I just feel like, I think it's bullshit that a man could ruin his marriage because a girl came around and he couldn't control himself and he screwed her and he hurt his wife and he ruined the family. I think it's bullshit. Like, it's something wrong with you guys. Like, I think you're not built to get married.
mentally.
Exactly.
Them
That's
weak
why we-
mentally.
Weak man.
Because a man was strong in his mind,
Things
have a
happen.
good family, a good home,
Not gonna do
him
it.
not gonna break up his home.
How many men?
A lot.
A lot.
A lot.
Yeah, but back at the mic, women, I love you, women, but I'm a very honest woman. You think about it that way, but what about how could I put it in right words? Go ahead, take the mic for a minute.
I'm a
Sorry,
bit of a
guys.
clown.
And just to put in,
And
the
a
next
bit
thing
of-
is a smart man now go put himself in a certain position because as a man, temptation is out there. Trust me.
But don't things
Temptation is
happen? Would
It's
you
in
not
the
agree
Bible.
that
Ah.
things happen?
Yeah, but once you see things that go a certain direction, you turn the other way. So temptation did it as a man. Just take yourself out of that situation.
And let me tell you something. When you have another, if you decide to have another woman, there's a lot of responsibility, a lot of financial. There's if you with your woman, your spouse or whatever, there's too much going on. If you got to be a rich person or whatever to be, because that's a lot of
that's a
responsibility.
lie.
That takes away. If you're a hardworking man,
Nope.
to have a side chick. What time do you have as a hardworking man and you're involved with
Nah,
your family?
really,
Better
really
be
and
able
truly,
to
if a man
Yeah,
want
I
cheat,
don't
he's
know.
going to find
Financially,
If
out.
a
Yeah.
man
You got
want
the money
to
to
cheat,
do
he'll
it.
cheat in his job, in the closet, in the mop room, and you get a quickie on.
I feel like- No.
That's
Well,
bullshit. That's bullshit.
That's a
All
girl
right,
that you
so
should not be with.
I feel like if a man want to cheat, he's gonna cheat. Whether he be
Exactly.
smart, whether he be hardworking, whether he be lazy. I
Broke.
think
The
a
most
man-
broke people cheat.
That's what I'm saying. A man gonna cheat if he want to cheat. But I really feel like, listen, me personally, if I find my queen, we build this empire, I will never do some
Wanna fuck
dumb
it up.
shit to ruin my family. Because I built
Agreed.
this. I built this empire.
Right.
And this shit could crumble down by doing one stupid mistake. And like James said, temptation is out there. So
Always.
really and truly, temptation is you put yourself in a club or wherever you be at, where temptation be at.
But it works both ways for men and women. Would
Yeah.
you not agree?
But
That-
then again, me
wait,
feel
wait.
like women can control it more than man.
And this
Honestly.
Nah,
look
I
it,
disagree
guys.
with that. I'm
All right,
sorry, I
listen.
don't-
And this is where the full circle comes back to the word commitment.
No.
Commitment.
Go to the mic.
Wait. Hold on. All right, go ahead.
The full circle goes around
Let me
to
take
the word
this.
commitment.
Jaheim, once again, baby, you're gonna learn this. Women always are the green and the red and the yellow lights. We say yes, we say no, especially here. You don't oblige by that. Men know what comes with that. Now, what I did want to say is and this is gonna get real hot. I feel like men are not being honest on this table. I feel like we got 1, 2, 3, 4 men. You're gonna tell me none of these men never cheated? They're all perfect.
They all
Nah.
I don't believe it. So what I do want to say is
They're past this
is
other-
that this is commitment
Commitment.
is commitment, and I believe that just like wedding vows, that's too thick and thin.
No, but then again,
And I also feel
well, the
like
question never get posed to us if
also
we
the
ever
women
cheat before.
also-
Like the,
for the man to not treat you, the woman also should be your lover, your best friend, your hooker,
Stop.
your freak,
No.
everything. Your woman could do everything that's for you.
Stop,
You don't have to
stop.
go in the world.
Right.
Stop. I don't feel like I should allow threesomes for my man to not cheat on me.
That's
That's
right.
bullshit.
Amen.
Nah.
That's bullshit. But let me
Amen.
say this, right? If I have to do that so my man don't have to cheat on me, which at some point in my life I kind of felt like that is the right way, because wait, let me finish. I felt like that's the right way because it's like why not have that on your bucket to say I explore a little bit? It's nothing wrong with that, right? But how could someone love you so much and be tempted?
Well, Leanna, I'm not talking about threesomes. I'm talking about
I know
just y'all go out to a beach in the nighttime and just get naked on the sand and y'all just go
Your
at
couple,
it.
yeah.
Just like I'm not talking about. I'm not talking. Yeah, just spur the moment. Or your woman just come in. I'll wear a G-string and be like, hey baby, look. You know what I'm saying? Or the woman comes with a lingerie.
What my
I'm not
husband
talking
is
about
trying
no
to,
threesomes and
babe,
all that.
what my husband
You know,
is trying to say,
y'all both have to have that extraness, make it last. Like, yo, I got you. You know what I'm saying?
Listen.
Get free.
three things in a marriage to last a long time. Of course, sex is one of them. I have a problem with listening. That's number 2. And number 3 is being there for somebody. So those 3 things go together. And commitment, 4. You know, you have to have all of that. It's not only one thing. And I don't want to say it so people don't be like, oh, you know, I'm not married. You just gave that man the urge not to marry me longer. You marry when you feel it's right. Don't go. If you're not ready, don't damage it. It's okay to wait. I had a lot of fun waiting. I'm actually a very proud woman to be married at 50. It's okay. It was my choice. It's all right. It doesn't mean that you meet somebody, you got to marry him the next day.
we're not saying
Well,
that.
No,
Sorry.
no, I know you're not saying that, but I'm saying, you know,
No,
like,
but that's you're right. You're 100% right. That has a lot to do with commitment. I think mom is 100% right. If anything, I took a lot of my experience from you, and I think that might be why I was in a relationship for 17 years, not married. I think one of the reasons for that is not because we never wanted to, because I'm pretty sure he would have been down, especially at this point in our lives. It took many times for us to fall in and out of love. See, this is the thing. I don't think you have to be 100% faithful to be committed to somebody. My perceptions are different from a lot of people. People won't agree with me, but I think you can sleep around and do things sometimes and still have that responsibility, commitment, and that heart to say, you know what, I'm this person on my dark time in my little bed, but I'm gonna take care of my family. I'm gonna do this for my family. I'm gonna make sure they're straight.
I
Now,
don't agree.
No.
so then that's not loyalty.
no, but listen to me.
It's-
Hold
that's
on,
not being
hold on.
loyal.
I gave respect to everyone
ahead,
in here.
finish.
I did not disagree with anyone. I refuse to have anyone disagree with me. This is my opinion.
No, we can disagree. But
Because
we're not gonna cut you off.
there are people, don't cut me off that part.
Exactly.
You can
Yeah.
disagree, don't
Alright,
cut me.
relax.
Now, this is my thing, right? There are many people who understand me and come from where I come from as a person who's imperfect and understands they're imperfect, but knows that even through their imperfections, that doesn't take away the love, the good things that came from my relationship. It doesn't take away the fact that we're working on it. It doesn't take away the fact that we're working on something that is better than everyone's opinion.
Absolutely.
So that's where I come from. Now, my experience, I don't expect people to understand it. But I do know many people who do them and take good care of home.
All right. So to make it clear, right? I'm trying to understand it. So you're saying that you can still be committed to a person and still cheat every now and then?
Now, as far as cheat, like deceiving, I don't mean in the sense of deceiving. I mean still have other people that they, like, have a third party. That's what I mean. You know, like hey, you know, babe.
So it's a bit like an agreement then.
You know, like,
If it's
not
an
when I'm
agreement,
doing-
it's
I'm
an
Fahim,
open.
you're
like, if
right.
it's an open relationship,
Open
that's what I mean.
relationship. Well,
Like, I could go and I do me, they do them. We don't know our business, but we taking care of home. We take care of
It's a
ourselves.
case where
Absolutely
the man don't
not.
know.
I feel like people live like that today.
Once it's a case where it's
People
not.
people actually live in polygamous relationships and they're
Absolutely.
committed to each other.
But
So
they
how are
ag-
you guys telling me?
But they have an
They
agreement.
agreed to that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Do
saying.
you both agree to that?
In an open relationship, whatever you do in your business is yours. Whatever I do in mine is mine.
That's
an
an
open relationship. That is an open
That's an
relationship.
open relationship. That's
Open
cool. But a
relationship
deceiving.
Wait.
An open
Crystal, hold
relationship
on.
means that you have the chance
understand what
to
you're saying.
live your life the way you want and you do. And then since it's a relationship, you guys have responsibilities together. You guys still take care of that. You see-
That's wait. Hold on. Can I say? It's okay if you agree on it. Now, if the woman, can I finish? If the woman doesn't agree or the man doesn't agree on it, and you still go fucking around, then that's motherfucking cheating.
that's
And if you're
disloyalty.
cheating,
That's
it's
not commitment.
disloyal. You're divorced. You're cut off. I don't want to know about you. That's it. That's simple.
Exactly.
Still holding down
I'm
the
too
house,
old.
making sure everything is taken care of, bills is paid, love is love. So,
Yeah, but you don't want to pay all these bills and some other motherfucker sleeping on your bed. Absolutely not. No, I'm saying in general, you
What
know.
I'm saying is, you live your life, right? What I'm saying is this, right? Don't get me wrong, because I know ladies are banging their heads on the wall right now. What I'm saying is this: there are people in relationships who are committed to each other, and they have open relationships.
That's okay.
What they do on their own time is their private business. What other people do on their own time is their private business. When it's time for them to take care of home, home is taken care of. That's
Absolutely.
their relationship.
Absolutely.
Yep.
I think that if two people find each other and that's what they love, they found the right person.
Yeah.
Now, if you're somebody and you have a man, let's say, for instance, a man tells me, you know what, I've been through this. I've had a man tell me, you know what, I love you, but I would like to see other people. Doesn't mean I don't love you. I would love to still have you, but I don't know right now. I want to enjoy myself. And then let's say I don't agree with it, right? My heart's broken. I cry. I disagree. I hate you. What I'm going to do as in the commitment, I'm going to stay with him or I'm going to leave him. That part comes to the woman.
Yep.
And there are women who do make choices to say, you know, I love this man and I'm going to work it out with him because I believe in him. Women do have that in them. And then there are women who say, you know what, fuck that. I'm out of here. You know what, nigga, I do bad all by myself. I go find me 10 more. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and then you got
yeah.
women who it turns them wild. You got women who they lose their minds. They start revenging in other ways. Then you got women who they become more understanding. You know, it can be a lesson for so many people. It's really in how you take it and what your belief is.
See, I like that point you just said, right? You can find a woman that probably the man tell you straight up that, yo, listen, I want to see other people. And then the girl have a choice to either deal with it or leave. I feel like that's the best relationship. When you guys could come together and be on the same page, like, yo, listen, babe, I want to see other people. You want to see other people. But like you said, though, you want to come home together. Y'all have to vibrate on the same.
It could be home. It could be a dog. I've seen people share dogs.
Yeah, but you see, as long as you guys are vibrating on the same frequency, that work for y'all.
But it has
You
to
have
be
find-
an equal agreement.
Yes.
So if you want to do it,
Which it is.
and my daughter Leanna, this is just hypothetical,
Right.
guys. This is all on the table. This is not personal. If let's just say vice versa. Let's say Leanna says, Shane, babe, honey, you know, I'm tired of, you know, I'm taking care of these kids. I did so much, you know, all this. I want to see other people. What about you? Be like, what the fuck, Leanna? What you mean you want to see other people? It's the flip side of the coin. I mean, can you really handle it?
Amen.
You know, can
Shane,
you walk
crack
that
your head.
line?
But here it comes.
Yeah, but that's why agreement is
Hey, get
important.
close so I can hear
That's
you.
it.
Get closer.
Once you're married, that's it.
I
Once you come to the committed marriage, that's it. You can't. There's no going back. There's no seeing nobody
Unless
else.
you
That's it.
agree.
Family,
No, babe, you
family.
could be married and swing. Stop being a hypocrite.
I'm not saying we're not talking about swing. We're talking about
No, but that's what they said. If you want to marry and see other people, right?
That's
Yeah.
in
They-
a relationship.
Relationship.
I'm talking
Communication. That's the key.
about
Is
once in the marriage,
communication.
it's a difference.
And I agree with you, Mike. Respectfully, right? You can be married, right?
And still
your
have an open relationship.
They say naturally. No, hear me out though. I feel like naturally the body changes over 5 years. They say your mindset, 7, whatever. Your mindset change, your outlook of life change. Things change. People change. You don't remain the same as when you first get married. So you grow, make sure you're growing together. That's what's important. Make sure you're growing with your wife, you're growing with your husband, so y'all stay on the same page. 'Cause if I'm growing right and you're growing left,
We got to stay in the
you know
same
what I'm saying?
lane.
We gotta stay in the same lane. So
That's
it
why
could come
takes-
to a
sometimes
point.
It takes long.
I think
Move to
it's
Florida.
bullshit.
It could come to a point where, listen, you know what? After being in a relationship for 10 years, nigga feel like, you know what? I want to explore. Can we be on the same page? It's an agreement, like you said. The moment it's not an agreement, it becomes cheating,
It becomes a
disloyalty,
change
betrayal.
breaker. It's no,
somebody
it
or a
becomes
person.
a change breaker. But you know what you could do, guys, gentlemen, if you want that, because a lot of women want it and men don't want it. They'll do it with chillas, they'll do it with their girlfriends. You know what's wrong with a lot of men?
But I just told you it's about marriage.
Yeah,
There's
I
no
know.
upper relationship.
No,
with
no,
marriage.
babe,
There's no upper
babe,
relationship.
listen.
You guys gotta agree. If you want to do something extra, then you gotta agree.
It has to be up to the
When
woman.
you're married. Commitment when you get married is a difference.
I guess
No,
this is
babe.
why.
There's no open relationship in a marriage.
Babe,
There
yes,
not.
there is.
No, there
People
is.
have
And you know
it,
what?
babe.
That's cheating. You shouldn't be together. Y'all should not be married.
I feel.
But
All right, I
there
get what
is.
Mike is
But you
saying.
should not do
He
it.
said once you married, you should be settled down.
That's it.
None
If
of
y'all
that
gotta
shit
want to do a
in mind.
threesome or foursome or orgy, then that's an agreement with y'all together.
Yes.
As a couple, as a marriage
I
couple.
feel
Yeah,
like-
but marriage, you could do
But when
that
you're
if you
not
want.
married, you know, y'all want to have a relationship, then that's your agreement on your own. You know,
No,
There are
no.
marriages who
Once you're
have open
married,
relationships.
No, that has to be an agreement though.
I just said
As
that.
but who in their right state of mind is going to be married and have an open relationship?
When you're married for 35 years and you're fucking bored.
Then you know
Hold
what?
on.
Then that you want to cheat. Then you want to cheat. Then you want to cheat. Then you want to be a whore and go cheat. Basically, that's
No,
what it comes down to.
I agree with Mike in
35
some
years,
part.
you know what? I'm going to go with you, and we're going to go to strip club. We're going to go find a woman if that's the case. If you wanna,
What
if
do
you
me
wanna-
and you
if you wanna
do?
be able
Wait.
To spice up the relationship.
Wait.
if that's the case,
All right,
after
stop
35
it.
Years,
Wait. Shh.
yo, you know what? We're going to
Babe,
somewhere else to go.
Mike
We're
check.
gonna
Mike,
a
Mike.
a nude beach.
Mic check. You're being a hypocrite because my daughter's here. Hold on. Me and my husband, I take him to see strippers. We look at naked women together. We do it all
It's not an
together.
open relationship.
Hold
It's not an open
on.
relationship.
But wait,
But it's not an open relationship.
I understand it's not an open
We
relationship.
agreed on it. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Let
But
me
it's okay to
finish.
be married and look at other people and agree on it.
No.
That's what we
That's
were
not what I'm
speaking
saying,
about.
though.
But you gotta understand what
You
Mike
just
is
said
saying.
to be
Hold
married
on.
and have an open relationship.
But
That's
you
not
could if you
possible.
want to do it. That's your marriage.
If
You can do whatever you
have an
want.
agreement, but as a marriage, if you're gonna have agreement,
People do it all the
there's no
time.
open
But
relationship.
I
Y'all
want to
gotta do
say
it together.
something. I really need to say something. I feel like don't fucking marry me if in 10 years you're going to want to have fun. Fuck it. Just don't. No, let me
Life,
finish.
things happen, things
I
change.
don't care. That's not why I'm married. I'm not married with you so you could change in 10 years. I don't care about that. You understand? Unfortunately, it does happen. It does happen. But personally, if you really feel that, you know, it's out of our control and you like, you know what, I'm going to change. I might change about this bitch in 10 years from now. I'm just enjoying it right now. Do not marry me because I don't think it's so. I'm into old-fashioned relationships. I'm not saying I can't have fun sexually. I'm not saying that. But I don't agree with the open relationship.
Well, that's what it comes down
Or-
to. That's why it takes so long to get
or-
committed and married.
or-
That's why it took so long because y'all gotta get to that same page.
Or it's okay for my
in
man
those
to.
15 years that it took me so long to get married, we was on the same page because we got to talk about all this shit before it happened.
It doesn't matter. That's
You
not.
got to know each other. You got to know the freakiness of each other. Whether you're gonna do this or not later on or not now. But you're not gonna cheat on each other. That's why it took so long.
I had to make sure that Mike could keep up with me, but he can't.
wow.
So we married.
Wait.
Damn, yo, I don't want to talk to him. I'm leaving.
Right? So I just kind of feel like if a man's gonna have that nature, then seriously, women need to have that nature. Because when it's time for them to have that nature, a woman needs to bounce back real quick. and just have
Amen,
it in them.
sister. I raised you hard
At
enough.
the end of the day, I don't agree. I feel like a marriage, it should stay old fashioned, just y'all two. Whatever y'all agree on sexually or whatever y'all decide to do, okay. But for a man to naturally have desires, naturally get him tempted, naturally
Go
to look at
outside,
women,
have sex, and
that's-
come home and
Hey,
touch my
that's
towels.
just
I'll cut off your
ridiculous.
shit.
It's
Be
disgusting.
together.
But let's not be hypocrite though. Let's not be hypocrite.
Exactly.
Because women do the same shit
All the time.
all the time. Let's not make it seem like it's a man
It's a
thing.
man
only
thing.
Not just men.
It's not just men. What about women that go to what you call it when you get to your old age? I don't want you
Menopause, what I'm going through now to get
Men
it.
go through mid-age crisis, middle-age crisis.
midlife shit.
Yeah, midlife
I wanna
crisis.
say this,
Listen,
though.
like, give me like one
Go
minute.
ahead, brother.
I've been to certain I've talked to certain older guys, right? That came to the house to do some work. I sit and talk to these guys. Their wife cheated on them because they feel like they reach a point where they reach in age and they want something younger, more spicy.
No,
She
that's
changed.
because y'all penis sometimes don't get hard after a certain
Yeah, but
age.
then what with the
'Cause they
commitment
lose
then?
the libido.
What's wrong with the
No,
commitment
but-
then?
That's why women cheat a lot. We don't
But
have a
what's wrong with the
libido. We
commitment
just
then?
fuck all day
Right.
long.
Maybe that woman is just.
Right.
Is that fair though?
Wait.
But
let me
I look
say
at
this,
it.
though.
But then a man would that be wrong if him say for instance when him just meet you, you did skinny, but then you get fat. No,
Excuses.
No.
Excuses.
like that's the same
Wait,
shit.
no.
That's the same
Hold
shit.
on. Wait, right? So, right, a woman is still supposed to stay with the man. His penis don't work no more, whatever. And a lot of the women, there's women that die old with their husbands too, right? Because we gotta include those too. Not every marriage is, too crazy.
I'm gonna die over my husband. God damn it.
But wait. Just to hear that a man is this
Ain't no
and a man
divorce.
is that, it just makes me wanna. I don't like that,
Yeah, but
because
then
I have to be.
same-
I just feel like as a woman, I guess you really just have to be a certain breed to deal with a man.
That's why
And
the
it
human
takes
race is so
away,
different.
let me finish. It takes away the innocence of women. Because there's some women who are really true and loyal. Like my mom was really a loyal ass woman. Even before Mike, to my dad, like really loyal. And she was with him for 17 years. And I seen a whole lot of stuff in the house. But it just really, men really take the innocence out of a woman. And that's fucked up. It's really fucked up. It's sad. It's sad that a woman will want to marry you. She's ready to settle down. She loves you. She's not into no man. And you out here just bullshitting.
And then it makes
Then
it
a man
tougher for the second
deserves whatever
person.
he gets.
Makes it tougher. 'Cause then
So-
we're like, we become the cheater too.
I want to say this. Unfortunately, people, we speaking from a Western society point of view. This is coming from a very small group of people. In many other parts of the world, it's not a reality of what we're saying. Reality is, it sparks up not only from the words you speak, from the languages, but also from the experiences. For me, I've learned that living your life as best as possible and trying to be as fulfilled and as full as a human, it all depends on what you want in your life. We cannot tell people what is right or wrong or what decision they need to have in their relationship. A piece of paper should not determine a commitment, because you know what, there are people who've been together for 20, 30 years and have had a better relationship. The minute they get married, they're divorced. And listen, let me ask you guys, what I wanted to know is, does marriage mean commitment or no? Because honestly,
No.
it doesn't. And that's true. And now I wanted to ask, how about this? Let's speak to a man who's been with a woman for 17 going on 18 years and not married. Why don't you tell me why you're not married after 18 years? And if you would or if you wouldn't.
I guess dig deeper, dive in, brother.
We're going deep.
Yeah, as a young black man like me, being in a committed relationship for what was 17 years, 18
You in trouble when you
years.
go home. You forgot.
I know. I drink too much, sorry. But my woman does know I do love her, and despite whatever ups and downs, smiles and frowns and rounds that we done been through thick and thin, more or less, I've been in her corner, whether if I wanted to or not, or whether I know, you know what, listen, it's only me and you at the end of the day.
Amen. Amen.
I'm gonna be here, whether, you know, I gotta bend my back over so you could sit on it for 20 hours to be good. I done did that, and she done did it for me. And we went through everything that we could go through, and then some. And not being married to is not because I did not want to. It's just that, you know, you go through up and downs. She always been here for her, and I told her when the day and time come, I'm gonna have that nice special ring for her. She gonna call everybody, let them know. They say, oh, he finally committed. Right. He finally did it.
And that's going to be the best day of your life.
Is that it?
I'm hoping so.
Because I can tell that's where your brain stops.
I'm trying to be less dramatic with it as possible, but she knows, you know, at the end of the day, you know, I'm here for her, and I do love her and her family. Everybody knows.
All right,
that.
can I?
Let me say this.
Southern
Coming
law.
from me and him both, let y'all know, and I say this respectfully, because I've heard a lot of opinions about my relationship.